You hang around each other too much. Always on panels. Always got something to say to somebody. Always need to tell somebody something. I went to Hennywise's channel looking for something that she posted a few months ago, and I came up empty-handed. And I looked for it on her channel that I'm subscribed to. But so, I went to her other channels thinking that, second guessing myself. I'm thinking, maybe I saw it on one of her alternate channels. But I still came up empty-handed. And why? Well, I saw today that all of her channels are basically barren. Right? I figured maybe she's been getting flagged and decided to put her videos away. I don't know what happened. So I had to settle for Damoanme's response to the video that I seen on Hennywise's channel. He saw it too. And it'll be in the description box. But when I saw this video, I didn't know what I was looking at, but the people on the comment board did. And they were on the comment board typing stuff like fraud, pop, clout chaser, and other things along those lines. So later that day, people was doing streams about it, and Victor Moan was one of them, and they put it in perspective for me. Now on Hennywise's channel, I'm looking at these numbers going crazy. Numbers going up and down and side to side, just fluctuating all over the place. Turns out Hennywise screen recorded a lady who got busted buying live viewers. So I'm like, okay, that's what those numbers was. I didn't know you could buy live viewers. I didn't know that. I knew you could buy subs and views, but I didn't know that you could buy live viewers. You know how people be saying, we be hearing people say, we got 300 in the chat, got 500 in the chat, got 1,000 in the chat. Well, that's what this lady purchased and got caught. So, the way the numbers was, fluctuating like that, apparently there are a few bugs that needs to get worked out of that system so the numbers don't be jumping around like that. But anyway, I'll get back to that later. Now, an example I gave a long while back. It's about the people who be up at the liquor store. And since then, they've rotated several times, just like I said they do the last time I talked about this. The folks up at the liquor store, they do a bunch of things, loitering, getting drunk, high, stealing, the stuff that the law don't allow. And there's something else that goes on up there too. And what goes on is they exchange each other. They rotate mates. For a few months, you'll see a dude with the chick. A few months later, he with another chick that was just with the other dude. Females with the dude, they'll exchange him for another dude that the other chick was just with. How celebrities do. They just rotate each other. Celebrities, they essentially only be in relationships among themselves. Right? And I bring that up to say that when I go up there to the store, the last thing I'd ever be doing is competing with them dudes for them females. And yeah, they be up there fighting over each other too. Me though, I go in and I come out. The only time I'll stop is if I'm in the mood to give one of them a few dollars. The longest I ever stayed at that liquor store was when I had to call an ambulance for a dude that I saw get stabbed up there. Ambulance got there, I was out. As soon as they pulled up, I'm gone. Another reason I bring up the liquor store is because of something that I hear stated as trying to compete where you don't compare. I want to aim that at a peculiar and particular kind of people on here. The ones who love to proclaim that they are higher than the places that they are always in. Loves to declare that they are above thee, but can't seem to be around people who are on their perceived level. I find that mighty peculiar. The lady that Hennywise caught, or popped as they call it, she is one who I've heard on many a day proclaim her highness to people. People who she sees as broke, unintelligent, low-lives. These same people, broke, unintelligent lowlives, are the same people whose view count she was trying to compete with, hence the purchase of live viewers. And she's done a lot of other things on here too, even literally trying to buy friendships on here, with cash. She kisses the boots of many people in her area of YouTube. And one of the boots that she kisses is worn by a lady named Pizarro. Now me, I don't have an issue with what Bizarro do. I be watching the stuff with all them chick fights that she be having over there. Females be over there snatching each other's weaves out and blouses getting ripped off and all that. I don't mind it. Now I don't like Bizarro's positions on social matters. Her conspiracy theories, yeah, I like those. But other social matters, her perspectives is trash to me. But other than that, I like her stuff. Bizarro's channel is basically like an anti-entity from Mad Max. Bizarro's channel is where all of the big fish over there go to meet up to fight at. But for someone who claims to be this person of principles and high standards, why is she hanging around Bizarro? And people love to call Bizarro dumb and unintelligent, a welfare queen and all that. But to me, she's smarter than every single person that be over there calling her that. And when I say smarter, I'm not talking about academia. One of the ways I'm talking about that she's smarter is she does what she do with the cell phone. She's able to be a big fish over there with a cell phone. But it takes all of them college degrees and laptops and fancy editing skills and good paying jobs and all that to compete with a lady who only needs to use a cell phone.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Now, something that we all understand. I'm almost sure that all of us understand this. We've seen this, right? We've all heard many people on here who behave like their YouTube status makes them larger than life itself. I'm sure we've all been annoyed by that attitude sometimes. But here's something that pleases me about that. What eases my annoyance at people who feel like they are A-list celebrities because of their YouTube channel, what pleases me about them sometimes are the stupid people who thinks that their response to that should be, well, I got 2 brand new cars, a house, and a good job. Stupid. You sound stupid. Because here's why. Listen, your good life don't mean a goddamn thing here. It don't. And it always tickles me to death when I see somebody comparing their lives to somebody's YouTube channel. Because that's just plain old stupid. You look stupid. To me, it's YouTube. So why you mad?
What is its nature? What does he do, this man you seek?
He kills women.
No, that is incidental. What is the first and principal thing he does? What needs does he serve by killing?
Anger. Social acceptance and sexual frustrations.
No, he covets. That is his nature. And how do we begin to covet, Clarice? Do we seek out things to covet? Make an effort to answer now.
I shared a video on my community tab today from a dude named Nick Bravo. And I quoted that very scene from Silence of the Lambs verbatim. And I posted that same thing on his comment board too when Hannibal Lecter asked, how do we begin to covet? When Hannibal Lecter was picking the brain of Agent Clarice Starling. And Clarice, she tossed a few wrong answers out there, and Hannibal said no.
No. We just...
Now, we begin by coveting what we see every day. Don't you feel eyes moving over your body, Clarice? And don't your eyes seek out the things you want?
All right, yes. Now please tell me how.
No.
Nick Bravo, like many I've seen on here, he was coveting what he watches every day. In his video, hating and green with envy over what other people are getting. Angry that the people who he sees as degenerates are getting money and other forms of attention. But the 2 best things about his live stream is that, one of them is that he said that he needs to step his game up. And the other thing, that was the best thing, is he said, I'm jealous. He said, yeah, I am. I'm jealous. That man used the word jealous. And I said to myself, this man right here might be on the road to recovery right there. We covet what we see every day. Or as I like to say, you hang around each other too much. And what does that also entail? Watching. Yes, hanging around each other too much don't just mean being on panels and hosting panels all the time and in chat rooms too much. It also means watching too much. And always hanging around people who you think you're better than. Think you're better than, because really you're not. Because if you were, you wouldn't be competing with them. You wouldn't be wanting what they have on here. You wouldn't be wanting that. And if you wanted your own, you'd be creating your own. Let me say it again. If you wanted your own, you'd be creating your own instead of trying to move in on what other people have established. Competing with people who you see as bums in front of the liquor store. What are you? Always got to have somebody on your channel. Always on other people's panels. Competing. Feeling that your position needs to pass through people. Thirsty for attention and fellowship. You hang around each other too much. Always on panels. Always got something to say to somebody. Always need to tell somebody something. You need the validation of the ones who you see as less than. And if you didn't, you wouldn't be around them so much. And that includes watching.
You wanna